We will start being a little bit more observant, and it's not called snitching. I'm just paying attention. God forbid if something happens to you. I want to be able to tell somebody about you. And see, we laugh about that, but here's the deal. I actually pay attention to license plates. I can tell you who parked next to me last night. I can tell you what color their car was. I can tell you what the license plate number was if it's somebody different than what I've already known them. I'm sorry. The back is still.
You know this. Something who parked beside you last night.
1994 Honda Civic. It was burgundy in color. She had cheetah print inside her car as her covers, her seat covers. That's to my right. To my left was Range Rover Info. It was green in color, tan interior. Gentlemen, your focus is toward the front. You're writing down what you see, what you hear, the terms that they're using, how they're saying what they're saying. There's no talking at this time. Byron, there's no talking at this time. You should be writing.
Can you keep it paused?
It's my pleasure to be here with you. It is something I look forward to seeing, a talent that I don't always see in the real world. And I know you know that as well as I do. With that, council ready? Council ready on this side?
What else? Overruled. Objected. Yeah, objection. Absolutely. Come on, Scott. Your Honor. They refer to the judge as Your Honor. All right? So that's important that you understand that they refer to presumed, you presumed innocent or presumed guilty. Yes.
I observed that like everybody who had like dreads or braids, they had to put their hair up.
Interesting. Okay.
Everybody was dressed professional.
He just had it.
Well, he had it tied back, but he had it pinned back.
He just wears his hair out like that. Or that girl with braids, they just wear her like that. She put it up.
Okay, so why do you think that they did that? That's a great observation. So, I'm not going to say anything about it, but I want to know, why do you think they did that?
I think they did it because you're not supposed to just come in there with your hair all like that.
Well, I like that. Can we clean that up? It won't look ghetto. You look professional. Your focus is back toward the front. All right, ladies and gentlemen. An article is coming around, so you can pass this out for me, Melanie. Thank you. For the sake of time, I'm going to read the article. We're going to work towards answering some questions. The article in Miami reenactment, Capone has a new day in court. Damien K. describes a scene in a century-old Florida courtroom. What's a century? How many years is a century? Say it again. Say it again. 100 years. He reenacts a 100-year-old Florida courtroom where Al Capone. How many people have ever heard of the notorious mobster Al Capone? Okay, only one or two people. Many of y'all might have heard it a lot in rap songs. Al Capone. All right, we'll talk about who this man is. He's a mobster. He was notorious for drugs, crime, illegal. At that time, alcohol was prohibited. He was running everything. All right. So he was on trial for perjury. Write this down in your notes. The word perjury. I'm going to tell you what it is. The word perjury. 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 You can write it in your notebook, in your terms. All right, the word perjury. You perjure yourself, that means you tell a lie. All right? So they were trying to find him guilty of lying about what it was that he does. So we're going to read this article. I'm actually going to do the read. So I want you guys to focus, stay along, because there are some questions that you're going to be answering post this. Those questions will need to go into your journal and or a piece of paper if that's what you have. The article. Here we go. All eyes are on the bar. Arrest the bum and run him out of town. That was the approach of the Miami police when Alphonse Gabriel Capone moved to South Florida in 1928. But when he sued the city for harassment 2 years later and was then tried for perjury, that means lying, the authorities ended up looking like chumps. Actual courtroom where the trial happened, and it's magical. So they actually reenacted the trial in the same courtroom 70 years later, making sure that it happened. A 1926 hurricane had killed hundreds of residents in a city of less than 100,000 and wiped away the area's first real estate boom, making room for the next spectators who, by the time Mr. Capone died here in 1947, had begun building the playground that South Florida would become. So you have to understand that back then, hurricane wiped out the entire town. Al Capone dies, and they go back and they build up Miami. And if anybody has ever been to Miami, you will know it is a city like no other. Okay? You got the beaches, you got nightclubs for days, they open day and night, all out 24 hours. It's like a mini Spanish country. That's the best way to describe it. Like a mini Cuba, mini Havana. Refusal to give him a receipt for confiscated values. So what does it mean to confiscate something?
Take away.
To take away, absolutely. So they took away some of his valuables but never gave them back to him. But did it matter to him, I wonder?
No.
Probably not, because he was super rich. Because he was dealing in everything, but they couldn't make it stick. He was like the Teflon Don man. All right? Here we go. It was a sign perhaps of the conspicuous consumption to come. And the fact that Mr. Capone represented the new cosmopolitan Miami, facing down the old boy network. All right, so Miami was chic. He was coming to town. He was making this a chic place to live. And the old boy network that was already in place did not like it at all. So history or misplaced nostalgia would make him the chubby, charming, rogue, smiling in his Miami mugshot, who led the way for future outlaws. Dictators from Cuba, Nicaragua, and other nations have all landed here. Nicaragua, South America. Okay? Followed by tabloid celebrities. O.J. Simpson, Madonna. They had a lot of people, y'all. It's nothing like it to walk down the street and see celebrities in Miami, because that's where they live. All right, it's hot down there. Always nice, like 80 degrees on a normal. All year long. Your questions are up on the board. Time now is 11 o'clock. You have approximately 10 minutes, and you can work together at your tables to answer those questions. He asked me first. He asked first. Let's go to work. Y'all can work together at your tables. Questions are up on the board.
You got ready the question?
No, you can write the answer. Number one, and write the answer.
Number one, you review.
Number one, it says, what was Al Capone tried for? It was already in the text. Number two, why would a busy court go out of its way to reenact the trial held 70 years before? I already told you, we read it in the text. What is the ultimate outcome? That means what ultimately happened in Al Capone's case. What happened to him? Did he get off, or did he have to go to jail? You tell me. What accusations did Capone make about the Miami Police Department? What did he say about them? What is the value? This is a question you're going to ask yourself personally. What is the value of seeing the selection from the original court transcripts? Is there something about that? And has Miami changed, or is it still the same? You are working together to enact. Now work hard, work smart.
Number
remember you're giving 8th grade responses, you're not just writing 1 and 2 words.
Right, 1 and 2 words. Absolutely. Complete sentences, absolutely, like just like Ms. Hamilton just said. Complete sentences.